So in like 2018, I was really struggling with sexual sin, and it got to a point and to a level where it was clearly an addiction. I ended up going back to my counselor because she had been really, really helpful in the past, and she helped me a lot with dealing with it and overcoming it. At the end of everything, she was like, just stop. So she unintentionally shamed me, and at the time, I was so taken aback that I just vividly remember thinking, I'm gonna put this in a box, and I did. I put it in the box of shame, and I put it in the back of my brain, and I thought, I will never talk about this ever again. I will never tell anybody. It's just all the way back. Fast forward to 2021, and God really brought up like life circumstances that triggered that very extreme emotion of shame. And I just went home and I called a friend, and she so graciously just prayed with me over the course of a very long phone conversation. Just proceeded to break that off point by point, just breaking things off back through my generational history, my generational line, all the way back through my childhood. When I woke up the next day, it was so weird. I felt like I had taken a 180-degree turn. It was like I was one way, and then I was a completely different way, and I didn't know how to be because shame was always there. It was always present with me. It was the excuse I used not to do things, and it was just a part of my identity. It meant that like when somebody or even myself or the enemy would say something that wasn't a reflection of who God said I was, it was just this really, really glorious moment. It was like, oh, that's not who Jesus says I am. And just able to leave it there and walk away from it. What was really, really cool is literally the week that I got that broken off of me, I remembered this group that I had been invited to through Facebook. I just went and I attended it. I was like, oh my gosh, this is another group about women who struggled with the same things that I struggled with. I was like, somebody should do that in this area, because it wasn't in this area. It was in Reading. And Jesus is like, you should do that. And I was like, oh, I should do that. And that's how I started leading with Unraveled. Unraveled is a group for women who struggle with sexual sins. I'm helping facilitate it, coupling with ECC and Petra. I love seeing people get free from addiction, but I really love seeing people figure out who they are in Christ. Like, that's what I love about, that's why I love running this group, is because I get to remind people of who Jesus says they are. Like, that's my favorite part. I mean, the free from addiction, awesome sauce, but like knowing who you are in Christ, such a good moment.